What is going on, all interns for the safety crew? Alright. This is y'all first day on the job. The Fukuoka statue, the new Gundam RX-93FF, has some safety concerns. Unfortunately, I saw it happen. I wasn't there at the time. I was on vacation. I saw the little statue. I'm like, this is gonna be concerning. And sure enough, first day back on the job yesterday, they were like, hey, we gotta recall it. So we need you and your crew to come in and do some safety checks. All right. I was like, you ain't gotta tell me twice. I already had it ready in my mind. I was gonna be here. So today we're gonna be working on it, doing some inspections. I don't know the severity of how bad this is, but man, I think it was pretty bad from what I've seen when I was in Fukuoka. All right, but overall, I have the manual. I have everything that we need to cover this. They already started doing work. All right, they started doing some work ahead of time. It's fine. I haven't seen the results of what they've done so far, so we're just gonna go, double check their progress and fix some stuff. So all my interns, thank y'all for showing up, and let's go ahead and transition over to the hangar. Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ, what have you done? Oh. What? Where's its legs? What'd y'all do to it? John! What? Why'd you let this happen? You was directly supervising this. What? Cause it looked better? This looks better? Oh. And what's that? That's not even a Gundam. That thing has like a bone tooth. What is... Jaguar? Did a child name that? Huh? Are we fighting kaijus? Jesus Christ, John. I left you in charge for one day. And this... Alright, interns, I'm sorry. Quite unprofessional myself. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and have a break. They're going to go ahead and work on this. John's going to work on this. We're going to go ahead. We're going to have a sit down. It's my lunch break anyways. Let's all just take a little lunch break. Actually, I got some souvenirs from the Fukuoka place. Let's just go ahead and do that. I'm done. I'm done with that. All right. Jesus Christ. I'm setting up right here, right in front of John, because he don't know how to goddamn do things. So I'm gonna supervise from a distance. All right. First day, man, it's rough out here. You know what? I'm putting my safety hat on because I don't know what John's doing. John's doing some crazy shit. All right, but to all the interns out here, I want to thank y'all for showing up. I want to thank y'all for having the patience. It's something that it's a good intangible trait that most people need to have. So I want to thank y'all. But I want to go ahead and mention my journey over at Fukuoka. I went ahead and I got the entry grade. It's a replica of the replica. It's actually quite funny because the original new Gundam, that thing got destroyed. I read it in the books, back in history class. Good old Amuro, peace be with him. Pretty much gone. RX-73 RX-93, the new Gundam, that got destroyed. So this is basically just a replica over in Fukuoka, and I've been hired to supervise it, like y'all are knowing of. So we're gonna go ahead and build this little figure of it, a little scale model, because who doesn't like a little scale model of their work? All right. But this is the entry grade, so it's gonna be relatively easy. I mean, what is so difficult about building the entry grade? It's not difficult at all. But I want to thank all of y'all for coming out here and showing some love. showing some support. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I mean, look, let me show y'all some of these runners. Look at that. Look at these beautiful runners. You got the separation is just glorious. All right. There's also another grade. There's the real grade of it, you know. But it's just funny. We have like these little scale models of these war machines that are going out here and they're doing battles. I mean, we're just the middlemen. You know, I just work for Anaheim Electronics. That's my job. That's what y'all, you know, coming up in here to do. But we got some nice little teal for the eyes. Got another runner for the white. It's beautiful. We have a gray runner. Look at that. This is the fin funnel. So the original RX-93 didn't have this singular funnel cannon. It had multi fin funnels. So this is what makes this one unique, based on the blueprints of the original one. But yeah, looking good, looking good. So we're gonna just jump right into it. All right, we're gonna roll with the punches. But how y'all doing today? Are y'all feeling good? Are y'all feeling well? Let's see. How do you donate? Should be in the about section. You can go ahead and check out in there. Yeah, we do have a campaign over here at the hangar. So if you want, you can go ahead and donate. You got some prizes in the pool as well. And a little bit later, I'll be showing off what I will be giving away to all the interns. Wish I had a camera right here where you can see everything, but limitations of our budget. That's exactly what we have. B18. Oh, you could just like pinch these out. I forgot all about that. I built the RX-78 and the Strike, both glorious machines as well. But yeah, you could just punch them right out with your hands. Brute strength, that's all you need, and you're good. You're golden, baby. Alright. C4, pinching that one out too. Likely I'll just clean this up. Like I'll build it now, and then I'll clean it up later whenever I have time. Clean it all up, and I'll do a paint job of the nighttime version. The nighttime version is glorious. It has like a purple bluish hue to it at night. So it looks just, looks immaculate. Alright. Let's go in here. Shit, I might not even need the nippers. Yeah, probably don't. Alright, B19. Even though you can pinch these out, like with no problem whatsoever, it feels a little cautious, you know. It's like, you gotta be weird on which parts you're doing that to. This should go right in here, but there we go. We gotta push it in. Alright, A9. Feeling better for seeing you. Oh, I appreciate it, Meteorite. Thank you for showing up, man. Glad to have you out here. Bit tired, stayed up for this. You know what? That's what a king does. Come out here, showing your support through times that you're just tired, exhausted, but you're still showing that support. That's what I love to hear. I did the same thing last night. You know, I stayed up, I think about till midnight. No, sorry, 1. I was like about 1 a.m. and I think I called it a night. Will there be a safety inspection for the Unicorn Gundam? So I know right now the original Unicorn Gundam was destroyed. You know, Benaja, I don't know, he did some weird space magic out there. So we don't have the original, but I've been told that you know, there's going to be another replica of it. So I might be the one that's going to be, you know, inspecting that one. I never got a chance to really inspect the one that's over in Odaiba, which is just a statue. It's not an actual, you know, kit, or it's not an actual like, movable machine. So that's unfortunate, but I have just take a glance at it. It looks beautiful. The only problem is limited in the transformation, but it's fine. But thank you all for being out here. David, thank you, sir. Can you remove them with your teeth? In theory, yes. In theory. But, I have to go through the OSHA manual. I don't think it's covered. So I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to get caught up in any kind of, like, issues and conflict with OSHA. All right, where's this piece of B14? There we go. Lord type, appreciate your AE, your Anaheim Electronics helmet drip. This is the company I work for. I got to represent them, Already got your hands on them. Yep, day one, man. Well, actually, I take that back. I didn't get it day one. I got day two. Day one, I went to Fukuoka, and unfortunately, I didn't win the lottery tickets in order to actually get in. So I was kind of like hovering around, and I was trying to sneak in, but unfortunately, I could not sneak into the side F colony. But the next day, I was able to get in and got a set of 2 of each. But I've already sold the extra set to some of my members, my buddies. Space Banana Jesus. Destroying things. Feeling good. Just woke up. Chill. Build. Evening. Hang out with my friends. Oh, that's awesome. That's a good day right there. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on lights. It's starting to get a little dark. So. All right. Yeah, the hanger lights starting to dim down, so get those turned on. A111. There we go. What kind of statues do you have? So I don't really have. I have like one statue, which is the Freedom Gundam. I have that one in my shelf because I haven't built the Shanghai Freedom yet. It's kind of like in a pending status. Eventually, I'm gonna build it. Just kind of like hanging out with it right now. It's kind of like the substitute. But other than that, I don't really have any Gundam statues. I kind of just build the models and place them in the shelves. Here that they will eventually start selling at Gundam Base. Yes, they didn't like explicitly state that, but if you look at the website, they kind of do mention that it's going to be sold at the Gundam Base. So, that's good. I definitely want to get another set for some of the members that just can't get it, but guaranteed they're going to be sold on the American side as well. All right, so getting the chest pieces in. I'm in Kanagawa, so I don't think. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. You're over in Kanagawa. Yeah, I haven't been over there before. There's actually a lot of like prefectures that I just really have not visited at all yet. Eventually, I like to go to them, but yeah, I'm over here just for work at the moment. A119. Man, the details on this is really nice for an entry grade. I'll show y'all the results whenever I finish building the body. All right, which grade? Yeah, it's the entry grade. So I don't no, not an SD. This right here, that piece of shit over there, John butchered the actual statue. So if you go to Fukuoka right now, the statue's gone. We had to go ahead and take it back because there was some safety concerns. And what they did, they thought, oh, maybe the safety is because the safety issue was because it's too big. That's what I'm hearing. So they're like, oh, well, to solve this, let's just shrink it and make it look stupid. Like, it looks stupid. No one's gonna go to see that. That thing right there, no, they're not going to see it. So yeah, John's gonna be fixing that up before I start losing my mind out here. It's supposed to be this one part, E20. Oh, it's right here. I got it. We got E20. Go back to the A1. But I've been seeing this go for like a crazy amount of money. The entry grade is about like 4,000 yen in the aftermarket in Japan. I can imagine how ridiculous it probably is over in the States or just anywhere outside of Japan. It's just ludicrous. I can try and get a second when my US friends hook me up. Yeah, don't forget, guys, donate if you can. Get some great prizes. It's a good cause. All right, almost done with the body.
So we've had a couple donations so far.
Nice.
To the $5 donation from Anonymous and a $5 donation from THRU.
Hey, good job, Miniaturite. Bless your hearts. Alright, where's B at? 12, 13. Alright, about done with the body. The integrated is ridiculously amazing. Because I haven't built the entry grade for the original new Gundam. So this is like my first experience with the new. But it's fantastic so far. And the big boy. We're used to being screwed by prices in the States. Yeah. I don't see it like that often in terms of like what the current prices for Plamo is in the States. But every time I get an opportunity to see prices on eBay or Amazon or any store really, it's just like, oh my god, like I really feel for you guys. Like y'all truly have it rough out there. I'll be heading back over there probably in 2014. I mean, not 2014, 2024. I'll be heading back to the States, so that's why, like, I love it when people criticize my my backlog. They're like, "Oh, you have too big of a backlog." It's like when I go back to the States, I'm not planning to buy anything. I'm literally going to live off of my backlog because I'm not going to be spending all those ridiculous prices on Gunpla. There we go. Get that in. Cool. And B2, 3, and 4. Hey, what's going on, Gundam Nerd? How are you doing today? I'm never going to criticize anyone else's backlog, and I did the same thing when I moved back from Japan back in the day. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I did the same my first time in Japan in 2011 to 13. I just had like a very hefty backlog, and I didn't have to buy as much for the 5 years. I think it was like 5 years I was in the States before I came back. So that's a good practice. If you ever are temporarily out here, just stock up on as much as you can. So that way when you leave, you're really just focusing on the exclusive stuff and, you know, anything that you can find for a sale. Beam Saber's a little bit tough to put in, but there we go. Just gotta like snap it in. Yeah, not sure if we could play music here in the hangar. You know, the hangar manager is a little bit strict when it comes to music, so Big Cause got the big plan. Yep, big brain. Personally, I don't buy Gundams, but I might start getting them, to be honest. Or yeah, to be honest, for now, I'm buying anime statues, and I gotta say, since States prices are insane. Yeah, I'm not too sure what the prices are for like anime statues, but I mean, I can imagine like anything anime related that's coming from Japan is probably gonna be like spiking up in prices. But here's the body so far. Looks pretty good. I feel like there was something that should have been inside here, but I guess the construction of the arms, yeah, just gonna be a little ball joint that's gonna go inside here. But yeah, overall, the color's a little bit brighter in person than what it's picking up on the feed, but yeah, looks good. Just the thrusters obviously are in blue, so if you're a straight builder, I would probably encourage you to paint those. But for the most part, everything else is like, there's no stickers except for the sticker sheet here. I'm not gonna apply them now. I'm actually gonna wait until I actually paint the kit. And hopefully by the time I paint the kit, maybe they got some water slide that release. But time being, I'm just going to do a normal build. But we're going to go ahead and work on the arms next.
If you got a minute, got another donation. We have $10 from Sportwoofer, who says, "Keep the laughs going, mate. Nice start to your stream."
Hey, thank you. Thank you for donating. Thank you for hopping on.
So it seems like there's a small audio issue. I'm coming in extremely quietly, so that's on your end with the audio recording.
Is my audio low?
Yours isn't, but anyone else in the Discord call is low, like nearly silent.
Is there something on my end?
Yeah, all the audio is being piped from your end, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
My audio is up. Let me see. Voice. Yeah, the output's good, input's good. Is it just you that was talking, or was there someone else?
It's just me right now, but I haven't changed any of my settings since the last stream.
Okay. Yeah, because I can hear you perfectly. It says others are quiet, so I guess that was just you. I can just increase your user volume past 100%.
Well, let's see what happens. I'm going to actually try and bring in somebody else to see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, put you at 150%. Alright. Time being, work back on the arms. $25, $24. Well, the way they do the seam, I love when they do the seams for the arms, like with the shoulders. So they'll do it to where the bulk of everything is right here, and the seam is going to be just kind of like along the actual side. So it's not going to be much of a seam as it is just like it's just going to be all like together. A lot of older high grades, some of y'all probably know, like you'll have the seam directly in the middle of the entire thing. You got a seam line remove that, but the way that this is structured, I won't have to do a seam line removal, and I appreciate that. If they do an entry grade of anything else, man, like I really can't think of a kit like, I guess Exia can do, yeah, Exia can definitely use an upgrade. I think what else? Like, they're not gonna do any kind of like side suits. They'll probably keep it all leads.
Just leaping in for a sec to test the audio.
Hey, audio's good on my end.
How's it sound in the stream?
Yeah, I have the stream audio muted, so I can't hear it.
Yeah, I just muted it so I could join the chat. Okay.
Sweet. So how you doing?
All right, checking 1, 2, 3. Let's see how this comes through.
Yeah, you sound fine in voice. So how do we sound to everybody else?
Yeah, and then coming in super well on the stream. I don't understand why. Let me try restarting Discord. See if maybe that's some weird issue.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you know you've achieved enough kits when you need to ship the backlog back by Friday. Yeah, definitely. Is the ARM beam saber usable? I think it's all mounted, so it doesn't like actually. There's no beam saber that goes into the ARM. From what I remember seeing scans. Yeah, I guess the Barbatos can probably use the entry grade. I don't think the high grade's as bad as a lot of people say it is, because I know like there's that whole consensus of the IBO kits are horrible because most of them are fairly loose, but I think the issues that they have is pretty insignificant. But I mean, I think almost anything that gets an entry grade kit is probably going to be really good. So it almost doesn't matter what gets the entry grade.
All right, let's see if that fixed the audio issue. Nah, I don't know what's going on here.
It didn't? Because you are still a little bit low on my end, but I mean, I can still hear you.
Talk, am I coming in our end on your end?
You're a little quiet for me, but I can definitely hear you.
No, I'm gonna just try restarting my computer and see whether that fixes things. This is weird.
All part of the fun of doing a big live event, I guess.
Yeah, it's like you can't really do this without having some kind of issues. Kind of comes with the turf.
Yeah, definitely. I used to work in live events, so I am so used to something interesting and technical going on that you gotta fix on the day.
Definitely. At least this is like fairly minor because I think they can still hear him. He's just a little bit low.
Yeah, I was listening to the stream before joining the chat, and he was just like a little tiny mouse.
Mhm.
What is this? What is this? A voice chat for ants?
Because Jason was on earlier and I could hear him perfectly fine.
Cool. In that case, I guess we'll call it a Jess issue, and fingers crossed it gets sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, away from all technical issues. So, where are you up to right now?
For the build,
Yeah.
the arm. I'm not trying to like rush it because I can like build this like extremely quickly since you're just popping it out. Just kind of more or less taking my time with it. Yeah, once I'm done with the arm, I'll show it off, the articulation, everything.
Cool. I'm really excited for this because it's my first real look at this.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say like, did you order it? But likely you probably didn't, because I know it's not online yet, except for scalpers.
No, I've got a buddy. I've got a couple of buddies out in Japan, but I didn't wanna. want to try and get any of them to go and grab one. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna bide my time. I'm in a rush.
Yeah, because I mean, it's definitely going to come out on the P Bandai shops for both the States and Japan. I was just so mad at my buddy because I had two friends come with me, and one of them, well, they both don't like Gundam. They don't really care for the suits, but they still want to come out just for the trip. And one in particular was like very salty about the whole ordeal, and I was like, "Hey man, just give me," I was like, "Just enter for a ticket for me to go in, and you don't have to go in. I'll just go in and I'll buy the stuff to sell for some of my other friends." And he was just like, "No, I'm good." I was like, wow, man. Like,
Wow, really?
yeah, the other friend, he was able to get me a ticket, and all I did was like kind of change my clothes, and I put my hat like further down so I don't see my eyes. So I managed to get a second set, but I was like banking on trying to get a third set at least. But it's all right. Finished the arm though, so here it is. Looks really good. I mean, the level of detail that these EGs have are insane. The articulation is kind of like what you would probably expect for an entry grade or even just the new Gundam. Yeah, so far, I mean, I love it. I mean, it's better than the high grade.
Yeah, it's because I've been looking at the regular entry grade new, because I definitely have a couple of those pre-ordered around the world, because it looks like such an improvement over the high grade on so many levels,
Oh, definitely.
So this one with the funnel backpack just is gonna be so cool when I've got it in hand. So really hyped about your build.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I don't have to wait too long because, like, when I was there and I was just like, I was looking at the built ones that they had at the site. Like, I'm so convinced that this is the best variant of the new Gundam. Like, between the standard, the Verka, the heavy weapon system. Like, I think this one with this particular fin funnel, it just looks amazing.
All right, I'm back. Is that any better?
Yeah, sounds better to me.
Yep, you sound better to me too. How do you sound in this? What do we think, people? How does it sound on stream?
Let's see. Over time, don't think the EG Barbatos can handle the giant mace. Likely not with the shoulder joints the way they are. So sure, smaller scale, lighter than maces. Want an EG Alex? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I don't think we have an updated high grade Alex at all. I can't remember the last time we had one. Hey Crow, love your videos. Thank you, Neon Light. MP type any day. Still okay, so he says it's still soft, but audible.
Let me hear what this sounds like when I get the audio through the television.
Did you manage to hear him?
I could barely hear myself. I'm going to keep working at this. Just, I guess, keep going.
Okay. But yeah, other than that, like I was mentioning, I think this is the best version of the new Gundam. Gotta go for now. Amazing stream. Hopefully you reach the goal and more. Thank you for coming out. Dark Elf Love. Okay. Thank you for coming out, man. Appreciate everything. Yeah, I want to go back to Fukuoka like really bad. Like I was considering going back next weekend, but I was like, I really can't justify the cost to go there. Not next weekend. The weekend of the 20th. That's when I want to go. So I think the 21st, because it'll be open to the public, and I can pretty much go and stockpile some more kits. I'll probably go there early in the morning, get a bunch of kits, and then like go back a little bit later in the afternoon with a different outfit and grab some more kits.
So I haven't been in Japan since I lived up there in like 2008. So none of the Gunpla bases are out there. I am so jealous of everyone who's been able to go out to those stores since, because they look amazing.
Yeah. The side F, the new one in Fukuoka, was like amazing. It's I think it might replace the original Fukuoka Gundam base, because it has almost everything that the other Gundam base has.
Oh, I hadn't realized it wasn't actually a straight up replacement. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because like it's just a really like good location. The only thing is missing is like probably a few of like it doesn't have like a lot of the standard kits. So there is like a standard kit collection at the side F next to the new Gundam statue, but it doesn't have the entirety of the selection at the one in by the canal at the Fukuoka base, because like they're only like a 10-minute driving distance from each other. So it's kind of wondering if they're just going to close the other one down. Maybe
I was gonna say, I wonder. Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
I was gonna say, I wonder if they're just waiting for the lease to run out on the previous place, and they figure they may as well keep it going.
Yeah, and that's probably the best course. Because like the way that it's structured over at the one that's next to the canal, they can easily turn that into something else, like either something that's Gundam related, or they could just give it up, like give up the location, and someone else can purchase the spot. But the one that's actually in the Lala port, that's like way more difficult to reconstruct, because the entire floor, you got the side F shop, next to that is the theater. Next to that is the Versus Park, which is entirely Gundam themed. And then next to the Versus Park is the Namco Arcade. And the entirety of the Namco Arcade is all Gundam themed. So you take out side F, you're having to redo that whole floor. So it's probably going to be there for an extremely long time.
Yeah, it sounds like they've gone all in on this, which is it's a good show from Bandai to like commit, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was all over the news. That night, I was the first day that the grand opening. We went back to the Airbnb, and it was just all over the news. Like everyone was talking about it. And later on that night, I went to the Fukuoka base just to go and just do something, because my friends weren't down to go out anywhere, and it was completely empty. Because I'm like, yeah, everyone's over at the side F. If you go back, will you safety review the 1-in-1? So I mean, I already kind of did that when I was there my first time, but I might actually film it, whenever we have the completion. What do you think the next MGEX is going to be? It's hard to tell, because I think Strike Freedom kind of came out of left field, in my opinion. I was honestly thinking Exia the whole time. I'm still going to just say Exia for the next MGEX. Saw a funny tweet of someone spotting a Char cosplayer looking at the Fukuoka new statue from a nearby building. Yeah, so he was there when I went on the grand opening. He was there like the entirety of the day, all the way till like nighttime. But he was with one of his grunt guys, and it was just funny. Like he was just standing next to the statue the whole time, and he would go up to like another building that was a little bit higher and just like stare it down. It's like, man, he's mad. Are you will you plan to come out to Japan anytime soon?
I would love to come back. My partner too used to sort of live and work out there, so you know we've been waiting until we could sort of set aside enough cash and everything calm down a bit. Internationally. I don't know if we can even go back right now, actually. Still with the visa situation.
Yeah.
But sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we'd love to go back. Just have like a month-long vacation. You know, just save a load of cash and like buy a load of kits, do a load of just you know nonsense, fun stuff.
Yeah,
so it's on the to-do list.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still closed for tourists right now. But I kind of read it like differently every once in a while. Like they'll have like a new update. And it's like 3,000 are allowed to enter, but they gotta just like quarantine for X amount of time.
Yeah, I have the only person I know who's sort of been and gone back is a buddy who is I think he's permanent resident, or at least he's work visa. So you know he could come back. He come back to the UK really briefly. He came back for like 3 days to see his mother for British Mother's Day, and also shipped me a bunch of stuff that he'd been holding on to. It was mostly for his mother, not to ship me things, but you know I appreciated that too.
Oh yeah.
Because yeah, it's nice to have a buddy who just occasionally says like, oh hey, I'm with the Gundam base. Do you want anything? You know, out of nowhere on what for me is like a Saturday night.
Yeah. Yeah, most def.
But yeah, no. Oops, sorry.
So like for my Discord, I have a bunch of guys that you know they you know ask like, hey, if I go to this location, can I just pick them up? You know, one of the kits real quick, and you know, it's definitely convenient for individuals to have like that kind of like relationship with someone out in Japan.
Yeah, it's just it helps a lot with nerd stuff and generally, doesn't it? I mean, obviously you're out there right now, but I don't want to tell everyone in the chat, hey, get yourself a buddy in Japan, but it's definitely helpful. I've got because in the UK, it's not the worst it could be here. Like there are 2 official European Gunpla distributors, and there's also Bandai now distributing through the Bandai store in France. But it's like P Bandai is still like really hard to get here. Yeah. So I've got buddies in Japan and the States who hook me up basically. And I know you were saying like American prices seem kind of high if you're used to Japanese ones, but honestly, like because there's the USP Bandai store now, it's not too bad for a lot of stuff. Like you can get most stuff to close to Japanese retail, and I know that like you're used to like Japanese retail minus like 20% or whatever. It's not too bad.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I kind of like I have a couple of my buddies. You know, they tell me how bad it is in the U.S. Like it'll sell out within minutes. And I'm like, well, it's the same thing over here in Japan. As soon as something hits in P Bandai, the P Bandai shop website just crashes, and by the time you get it in, it's sold out.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely this. I mean, the Japanese one does the same. According to my friends who try and hook me up out there.
Yeah. Like
not for every release, but for some of the big drops, the Hazel gigantic arms. Before the page could even load for one of my friends, it sold out, which was just wild.
Yeah.
But thankfully it stuck around longer on the US store.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate. I mean, it's funny which ones like do sell out quicker than like in certain countries, because like for Japan, I forgot what release it was. It was like one of the UC kits. It sold out instantly in the Japanese P Bandai, but in the States it was like still available for like almost that entire day. And I was just like laughing. I was like, I think the States really only cares about like the IBO, 00 wing stuff. Usually a lot of the UC doesn't like sell out as quick over there. Especially Advanced Zeta. I don't think most of them really, follow that.
Yeah, it's funny. I never used to be into like the advanced Zeta stuff myself, but like recently, like end of last year, I saw some of the like the newer designs, like the ones from like Advanced Zeta and stuff, like the Rezion ones, like the Re-Highs and all the ones that don't have kits yet. I was like, okay, these are really cool. I'm into this, you know. And then I saw like the Hazen Lee 2 Ra, like, and all those kind of kits, like the ones that don't just look like a Hazel with stuff bolted on.
Yeah.
And those are really cool. Those really caught my interest. So I went from almost zero AOZ kits to having most of them in like 6 months.
That's crazy.
But because the names, some of that was by accident, because like the names for some of them are so similar. There's like, I think there are 3 different kits called the Haze Lee 2 RAH, and like they're different things. So I accidentally bought the wrong kit twice, and those are like they're like huge P Bandai kits. Like the box is the same size as like the real grade. They're like the boxes are like, you know, medium master grade boxes. They're like bigger than the real grade Unicorn. Sorry, bigger than the real grade New Gundam or High New Gundam, you know.
Yeah.
So I accidentally bought 2 of those without meaning to buy that specific kit. But they're still ones I like. They're cool. They just weren't the ones I was trying to buy.
I mean, what's always good for the Advanced Zeta stuff, when you buy duplicates, 9 times out of 10, you could do something else with that duplicate. There's always another version or variant of it. It's like, oh, turn the TR1 into TR1 something else that already exists in that lore.
Yeah, like oh, sorry.
No, I was reading through the chat.
Yeah, I'm just seeing which is coming now. Yeah, the Haze Lee 2, the Haze Lee 2 Ra, and the Haze Lee Ra 2. Yeah, exactly. I think I wanted the Haze Lee 2 or the Haze Lee 2 Ra, and I got the other 2 first. And like they're all kind of similar, but like one of them's got like the big one of them doesn't have like the cool big shoulder pads they have on that Gaplan. That's like not a P Bandai kit, you know.
Oh yeah.
And like one of them, and I think there are 2 that do. So like one is Gundam colors, one is Titan Z colors. Yeah.
Yeah, easy conversions. Just repaint it.
Yeah, Miniaturite. Yes, that's me in voice chat. Sorry. Just to make it clear, I realize other people also know me as Tux, but yeah, it's me, Lord Type. Hello. Muscling in on the stream.
Yeah, Miniaturite's good people.
Yeah, it's such a small world. Because I bought some stuff off him ages ago. And then it turns out, Springer, who's on tomorrow, they do a podcast and stuff together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you know it's all a real small world in the world of gunpowder building, even though we're all spread out across the globe.
Yeah, it's never a bad thing when it's a small community. In fact, it's usually better that way.
I think I might have found the issue. Am I sounding any better now?
Kind of the same. I don't know if that's just me though.
You sound the same on chat. How do we sound to everyone on the stream?
Yeah, you made it sound the same on the stream.
Well, then
No.
that's the issue.
Because I bumped you up to 150% volume. So I don't know if that helped or not.
That did help. Before you could just barely hear them.
You want me to turn them up even more?
You can try, I guess.
There's something up with my microphone. I gotta figure out what's going on with it. It's having some weird behavior. I gotta figure out what's going on in the background, but I'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Love these big streams. Always something.
Oh man, the construction of this kit is just so good. So before I put it all together, the waist, the way it's constructed is just so beautiful. The yellow goes in there for the little crotch V. You got just the red. Pop this right in here. Oh, beautiful. And then just plug that in. It's just so good.
It's looking good.
Oh, there we go.
I love the color separation on these.
Yeah, it's straight up phenomenal. The head is amazing as well, and I keep on forgetting that the EGs like just don't come with stickers. They just like keep the eyes separate. Yeah, the top camera, the eyes, all that's, well, I think this back, yeah, there's nothing in the back, but for the front, all that teal for the camera and the eyes are showing. So it looks great. I absolutely love it.
That's so nice. Also, since I don't think you saw this, but I had Tengo in and say, good to see another Gunpla streamer in Japan. Hello from Yamaguchi.
Oh, I'm in Yamaguchi. I probably know exactly where they are in Yamaguchi. It may be a very big prefecture, but most of it is just like grassland, like mountains. So I know what village you're from. There was one time I was on a Pokemon Discord. It was when Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl came out, and like we're all just in the chat just bullshitting. And then I was like, yeah, it's midnight over here. He's like, oh, it's midnight for me too. Are you in Japan? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, I'm in Japan. I was like, oh, cool. Where you at, man? He's like, oh, Yamaguchi. I'm like, you don't sound Japanese. That only leaves one explanation. He's like, oh shit. He's like, we kind of like started pinpointing where we were. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like down the street from you. Small world, man.
A really small town Japan in particular is a really small world. So I used to be out in Kansai. I was living in Kyoto, and like I worked because I did the whole ESL thing, and I was teaching at like little schools around Kyoto in like Shigaken and other places like that. And like one day when I come back to the UK and I was working for a Japanese company doing some sales and stuff, like the dude at the company I was talking to, who was my contact, we were trying to sell them on something, and we're just having a bit of chat, and it turns out I taught English in the tiny town that he's from in Shigaken, and I was like, wow. And he'd never met anybody who knew his hometown, so that was it. That did me a sale for work.
Nice. Yeah, you gotta love those encounters, man. See, they did an amazing job on the entry grades. Massive upgrade from the original entry grade kits. Oh yeah, like 100%. Missed it, but did you buy this kit from the base or from Side 7? So you can only get it at Side 7. You can't get it at the Fukuoka base at the moment. EG proportions are so much nicer than RGs. People say that. I kind of feel like there are two completely different like entities of like taste. The EG definitely has more of like a slimmer aesthetic without being eccentric. It's still very slim, but I get it, like the head is probably a little more proportional to the body and everything, whereas the RG has like a smaller head and the limbs are a little bit more lanky, but I think that makes that RG like really good because you want to do those like crazy dynamic action poses that the new Gundam has never been able to do before in any other form. So it depends on what you want. If you want super dynamic action, the RG is definitely the best, but the EG is a very close second. I've seen some of the poses it can do. Just looked at your Twitter. We have a mutual friend that told me about you. Oh, nice. It's hard to compare the two when both aim to go very different designs. Yeah, exactly. Like they're drastically different. So I try not to compare them. Like even the master grades. Like I have a very big appreciation for the original Master Grade New Gundam, but I also do love the Verka, but they satisfy two different like means.
It's funny you say that, actually. I think like the new and the high new have got like such really divisive different variants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Harry Rubin was saying, you know, they go for such different designs, and that's it. Like there's that real like late 80s, early 90s, really chunky, like massive flared legs, everything sticking out,
Mm-hmm.
looking kind of Masami Obari style.
Yeah.
That you've got for both the new and the high new. You know, I've got like a really ancient plastic third-party kit for the old Master Grade high new. That's a
The Gundam.
oh gosh, what are they called? Yeah, just for the Master Grade new Gundam. Sorry, and oh gosh, what are they called? Eco Hobby.
Oh, okay.
If you know those guys. Yeah, and it's one of those ones that came in all grey plastic, but like it adds like it just makes the legs and the shoulders have these sort of bigger, pointier proportions,
Mhm.
like more closer to what we ended up getting with the Verka for both the new and the high new, you know.
Yeah,
And,
for
like,
sure.
I had because it was out when I was out there, and I also got the old Master Grade high new, the one that was based on like the manga art that was popular then, that was sort of very, very slimmed down. And you know, I started modifying that to try and make it more like the artwork.
Mhm.
But that build went in storage because like I had to get shit back from Japan in a container.
Yeah.
So you know that build went in storage, and like I didn't touch it again for years and years, and that's like over 10 years old now. But before I got around to pulling it back out and finishing it, they released the Katoki version,
Yeah.
Master Grade high new, and I'm just like, oh, well, this is exactly what I wanted to build. So why am I going to finish off this really difficult custom doing loads of mods?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
That was the exact look I wanted.
Yeah, and I love the Verka. Like it's a phenomenal design, but I still love the high blue, as I call it. It's a chunky design, not as much detail, but I still love it's a little more cute. It's not as intimidating.
I love high blue as a name. I might have to steal that. I'm sorry. you get your 50 cents use or whatever. royalty checks in the post.
I appreciate it.
Someone, Origin says, never forget the high streamer new Gundam. Yeah. I mean, that's just so wild, that thing.
Mhm.
All the high streamer stuff.
It's just
That's just like, it's just blocky. It's just a bunch of really angry looking rectangles, you know?
yeah. Yeah, I never dig that. Especially like the third party stuff. The Gundams. I think they were way too angular.
Oh yeah, I remember the Gundams.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was tempted, but I mean, before I got around to buying one band, I did the real grade.
Mm-hmm.
The real grade new, and also high new, just really scratched the kind of itch for like really eccentric proportions and funky stuff.
Yep.
I finally got. Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
I finally got the real grade high new yesterday after I pre-ordered one before release.
It just finally came in.
Finally came in, yeah. It's not even my original pre-order. Like a UK store finally got stock, and I was just like, oh, you know what, I'll cancel that pre-order. I'll just buy this.
Have you built it yet?
No, like it literally turned up yesterday in the morning. I've been busy getting ready for my segment of the stream tomorrow.
Ah, okay. Is that what you're planning to build?
No, I was gonna do 3D. I was gonna do 3D print. Someone did a really gorgeous looking model of like a really obscure design, the Masala Dinofaust Jupiter, which is from the same thing that the Digia SER is related to, Tyrant Sword of Neophalia. So it's like super obscure, late 80s, like hobby magazine photo novel stuff.
Interesting. Like a whole kit was 3D printed, or just parts?
Yeah. It's a whole model, because it's so different to the regular Masala.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of it looks so gorgeously 80s. It's like all of that random like Kazumi Fujita like MSV stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like it looks kind of like a Gerwalk kind of shape as well. It's not really like a mobile suit. It's like a mobile armor with arms, and legs. That makes sense. It's a cool design.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd never expect Bandai to make a kit of it in a million years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna print that, but COVID completely wrecked me a couple of weeks back, and I hadn't planned to sort out my printer and get it all done. So I'm probably gonna do some like vintage V Gundam kits, because I want to show people something interesting they might not have seen before.
Yeah.
It's like you've got the brand new hotness. I've got kits that are older than most people are gonna be. I'm gonna be showing off kits that are older than most people in the stream probably.
I mean, that's something that most people aren't doing. But you know, everyone's people just like, oh, get the brand newest thing. I still got kits from like the 1980s that I just been building. I painted the 1987 new Gundam. That thing was like,
that's a good one.
Yeah, I was like, I was in love with it. I was like, this is the best, to me, like the best classic look of it.
Yeah, that thing is so beautiful, and the box art for those kits as well is so great.
Oh yeah.
A guy on the Good Guy Down server that I'm on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
They just picked it up, and they were saying like everything except for the hands feels surprisingly modern.
Yep.
Like the hands are like the 90s wing kits, you know, with the thumb that's locked in place and the fingers kind of move.
Yep.
But everything else is surprisingly modern, and it's got great proportions. I've got like the Hobby Japan book from when the old Master Grade New Gundam came out. One of the builds in there was somebody just like modernizing the 80s kit, and they didn't really change much. They kept the proportions. They just improved the joints a bit and did a load of cleaning up, you know.
Yeah, I didn't even do that. I just did seam line removal, did my detail painting, masking, and called it a day. It was just phenomenal. I want to do another one. I want to do the 1 in 100 because I built the 1 in 144, and I know the one.
Really?
Yeah. I know the 1 in 100 has like the die cast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought the diecast was on the master grade, but yeah, I thought you were talking about the 1/100 like 80s kit, because that's the one that everyone says is really great.
Yeah, it is. I haven't built it, but I bought 5 of them because I was like the middleman. So every time I buy it, I inspect the runners, and it has the diecast and everything. It looks amazing. I just haven't actually committed to building it yet.
Oh wow, I learned something. That's awesome.
But yeah, even the master grade, the original, like you said, has the die cast as well.
Just checking the chat, because we've been new Gundaming up a storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coleman, you got the last of 2 real grade high news from Aeon Superstore after release. Yeah, that sounds pretty lucky. I'm not gonna lie. Neon, yeah, I got the Dinofaust. I got the Dinofaust a couple of weeks back because I was gonna try and print it for my stream tomorrow, but it's not happening now. Sorry. Svartulfa, am I making you feel old? I'm sorry. So where are you on the build now? What parts are you building?
So I just finished.
What's that stuff?
Yeah, I finished one of the legs. Pretty good articulation overall. I mean, I think this is about as good as the HG. Maybe not the ankle pivot. The pivot right here is kind of insane. Yeah. But the overall articulation is pretty much what you would expect. It's the same as the other entry grades. Has some detail right in there for pistons, which looks great. Ball jointed, but I mean the original high grade was ball jointed as well, so it doesn't really bother me that much.
Does it have rotation at the top though, like the other entry grades do? Because
Yep.
I know the Grandpa and the Strike, I think both have got like the modern style peg rotation on a 3mm hip. Oh yeah, I can see that in the stream now. That's nice. So that really is an improvement over the high grade.
Yeah. So you can position that however you want. And overall, like, I mean, it can do a very good split for an entry grade. So usually I don't have to go that crazy when I do my poses, but it's always a welcome, you know, feature. I won't complain. Yeah, just give me more of this.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to whatever entry grade stuff they make in future. I had a load of plans to customize stuff using the HGCE L Strike, like to improve a bunch of the older seed kits, the high grade ones. But I'm tempted to just move to using the entry grade for a lot of them, to be honest. Besides the hips, which is like one major thing I wanted to do. Yeah. I think like the aesthetic and the way they've done the joints is so good for the entry grades. I've picked up a couple of those now. That might be something I stream later. I've had a lot of fun trying to stream live like mods that are kind of scary where you might mess up. Yeah. Because I loved I loved doing my warm-up stream where I was gonna where I tried to do something to sort of show that you shouldn't be scared of trying to like cut bits off kits if you want to do mods, you know. And there was some, you know, there was some mistakes along the way, but it worked out live on air. So, you know, I'd love to do more of that for people. That might be something I do more of after PMW though.
Yeah, for sure. And it teaches people to be comfortable with making mistakes if they see someone doing it live.
Looking at the chat again. Badlum, who is on after this, by the way, didn't realize there was a lottery system until too late, so they missed their chance to visit during Golden Week. Oh, that's gonna sting. I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, that is rough.
Coleman R says, I wonder if the new entry grades can equip the HWS armor from the HWS high grade new. What do you think? You got it in hand. Have you got the HWS one as well?
No, I've never built the HWS high grade, so not too sure about that one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see my entry grades for months, so I can comment right now. I'm afraid.
I want to assume it can do that.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. You good?
I was just gonna say, I think the answer is you can probably make it fit with a bit of work, even if it doesn't go on straight away.
Yeah, that's my assumption. I mean, it's plastic. You can make it fit.
Yeah, don't be afraid to try, right?
Yep. Yeah, because after working with resin, it's like I feel like I can just do anything with drills and, you know, knives and everything. Like, it'll work. Alright, so the base kit's done. Now I'm just gonna build the funnel. Alright, so here it is. The color is just off just because of the camera, but I mean, it's beautiful. Overall articulation, it's great.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's just because the stream is very slightly behind. I'm just seeing that come up. And yeah, it looks so pretty. The proportions are gorgeous as well.
Mm-hmm.
In the chat, mistakes are a learning experience. You can learn from them and even find ways to fix or improve upon them with kits. Yeah, definitely. Harry Movements. Definitely.
For sure.
Like, I think that's the thing. Like, you know, if you make a mistake, it's just a learning experience for the next time you try and do the same thing. And honestly, there's not a lot of mistakes you can't try and fix with Gunpla unless you do something really extreme as well. So, like, you can strip paint, you can fill in holes and gaps and stuff. Even broken parts, you can do a lot. You can do a lot around depending on what they are and how they're broken. So, like, I
just cut them in half.
Like even stuff like that is, you know, you can work around it.
It's like at its worst, it could be just battle damage.
Yeah, extreme battle damage. I don't know if anyone caught Jason's stream at the start with that mechanical.
Mhm.
He did one of the mechanical kits. I think it was the C, or the Penelope. I don't remember which, but like
It was
that-
C.
yeah, and that thing had all sorts of things go wrong. Like just because the kit itself was really bad to work with, and metal parts that started rusting. So free weathering. I think
Yeah.
someone called it in the chat.
Yeah, the screws and everything was all rusted up.
Yeah, and also I think when he tried screwing some of the bits into the plastic got twisted and stuff. But
Oof.
even stuff like that you can work around with enough experience. You can try and fix and replace other things. Going back to the chat again. Yeah, Svartulfa looks fracking great. Yeah, you do need to build one for those things. I can't wait for mine to turn up now. Navarashin, only almost deadly mistake would be spilling the cement bottle on parts. Yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
we've all done that.
Yep.
Tamiya extra thin or like Ambroid Prowell or something like that on your plastic parts is a bad time. Don't do that.
Yep. Had to do a lot of sanding.
What's the worst mistake you've had going with a build actually, Crow?
Any build?
Any build at all? Like what was the most terrible? Oh no, what am I gonna do? Kind of thing.
So it was actually a recent build. I don't know what happened with the paint, but whenever I finally got to the point where the paint application was done, I let it cure for like 48 hours. And it was the water base, I think it's called Krowsama from Mr. Hobby. So when I hit it with a top coat, I hit it with a Mr. Hobby top coat, but I didn't realize that the Mr. Hobby acrylic top coat has an adverse effect on top of the water-based one because they're not compatible. And it made it crack, like, it had a reaction. So I was like, oh my god, like I just now I have to restart. I have to take off the paint. So I was like, well, I don't want to like do it the traditional way, but getting some soap and let it soak in there and then scrub it off. I was like, I kind of want to start this now. So I got some thinner and I got a toothbrush. It was a hard bristle toothbrush. I just dipped it in the thinner and I started scrubbing, and it started melting the plastic. So like it was then scraping into the actual plastic itself because the bristles were like so hard and soaked in thinner. And yeah, that part became unusable, and I basically purchased that runner, and it sucked. Probably could have fixed it by just sanding it, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna buy a new one.
I was gonna say there's a lot of stuff you can do, but it doesn't always mean you want to, and definitely not at the time, right?
Exactly, because I was already working on that kit, I think for 2 weeks, and I was like, well, I don't want to add another week just messing with this one part. Then I gotta prime it again, then let that paint cure, and then do another top coat of a different brand.
Yeah, no, definitely. Just going back to the chat. Iran G1. Hey, is that Krowsama? Good to see you.
Hey, how are you?
And Harry Mubent can use them for dioramas and other fun stuff. Those parts. Yeah. We can all find a diorama used for a melted kit, I'm sure.
Definitely. It'd just be like battleground, debris.
Yeah, exactly. If I ever mess up an ale strike, I'll probably go for a diorama with it wrecked like in the middle of Seed, the original series.
Well, yeah, definitely for sure.
Some stuff lends itself nicely to that kind of thing because there are really iconic damage poses and builds you could do. Tyran G1 says, never thought you were in the Clamor weekend on Twitch.
I was here last year.
I was gonna say, yeah, you were. I think I hopped on the voice for your stream last year as well because because you're overseas in Asia. The timing works out pretty well for me in the UK. So it was the first time I spoke to you then. Because I've seen your stuff around. Yeah, obviously you've you've got a really decent following, and your stuff is all over the place, and people know who you are.
All over the place.
So it's really cool to have somebody like you involved in the stream this weekend.
Oh yeah, it was a no-brainer to come and participate.
But yeah, thanks for joining us again, and just sharing your time and your stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. No problem. I will always be on call if there's any kind of like good like a charitable event or just a good cause.
Yeah, that's it. It's like it's good vibes for a good cause, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not quite what Jason says, but we'll paraphrase it.
Mm-hmm.
That should be our catchphrase, I think.
Yeah, good vibes, good cause. So
Speaking of good causes, sorry.
Oh, you good? So I was just gonna say, the funnel itself, it actually does a lot of these stickers, the blue and reds. All those are basically required for the funnel. So you will have to do a lot of masking and painting if you want to get the color correction. But it's really not that bad.
I was expecting to show it off, but you're still in the middle of the building, huh?
Yeah, I won't be too much longer. There's different like it's kind of like a parts former because whenever it's in like a stationary mode or resting mode, you use one part, but then when you want to expand the actual like cannon, you have to use a separate part. And then there's another part if you want it to be positioned over the shoulder, and then there's another part for the wrist. So it's a little bit of a parts former, but it's not really that bad.
I was gonna say, I guess for an entry grade kit, they weren't gonna really push the boat out like that. And I mean, it's still that's more parts than you might get with some high grades, to be honest. So
Yep.
I'd rather, I don't know about you, but I'd rather get the extra parts to display it differently, even if it doesn't, just like slide and move by itself.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because especially if you're the kind of person that likes the same kit but in different poses on your shelf. I do that for like my unicorns and my RX-78s. I'll have like different weapons. Like one's just gonna have the beam sabers, the other one has the bazooka, just so I can show it all off. So same with this. Get multiple cheap entry grades. They're only like 1,490 yen. So I mean that's about $10 in today's exchange.
That's the new, right?
Yeah, the entry grade Fukuoka new.
Oh, sorry, the Fukuoka one. Yeah, I was gonna say because I thought the regular one was even slightly cheaper.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Neon Light Illusion in the chat is asking, have either of you guys seen the weird Fukuoka Sazabi with the two big funnels?
Yep. It doesn't have a kit yet, but it is a thing. So I'm really hoping that it comes out with a kit, but I don't like those funnels.
I think they're cool. I think they're weird. I don't know if I prefer them to the regular ones, but I think I'm happy to see something new. Is that weird? Does that make sense?
It definitely makes sense.
Supposed to be nothing new.
Is that what?
Maybe they didn't.
Is that what I said? I said Sazabi, right?
Yeah, it's the Sazabi.
Yeah.
I want to roll the conversation back for a minute, actually, because we were talking about good vibes for a good cause. Just to remind everybody, obviously, if you are able to, please donate to the Krowsama Fund. Our latest donation was Svartulfa with $1, so thank you so much for that. We're at $8,450, and we're coming towards the end of the segment. So, if you want to get a last minute donation spike from anyone who's feeling generous and able, now's the time to shine.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm probably gonna stop about 5 more minutes.
Yeah, you got 10 more minutes if you want it.
Yeah, we're gonna do a debrief with all the interns. But here it is with the funnel on the back. Definitely lacks color. I mean, it has color, but there's a lot more that's actually on the one that's on the statue. So you will have to do painting for this. Unlike the actual new Gundam. New Gundam is pretty much perfect without any paint. You just do some minor panel lining and put the stickers on there, but yeah, the funnel will just need a little extra tender love and care.
It still looks really nice, to be honest. I know what you're saying about it needing a bit more, but that's, yeah. I think it looks really lovely as is, just straight out of the box. So, and you timed that pretty perfectly.
Yeah, like definitely got it at the last minute, but yeah, get that replica on your shelf. I love it. God, it looks so good. If I had a little bit more time, I'd do some like dynamic action poses, but you can basically get over the shoulder.
You got the right one. You've got the Salty beach ball pose.
Yeah, they do that actually at the event. I made a video covering the entirety of it, and at night at 1900, they do like a big video, like a recreation of Char's counterattack, and yeah, you see this particular new grab, the cockpit, the beach ball cockpit.
Sorry, is that what it's going to be forever now? The beach ball cockpit?
Well, that's just what it is.
Like it is now.
Yeah, I think one of the Japanese news sites had like a little preview video that they posted on their Twitter, and they didn't show the video, but they showed some of the the statue moving, and like they played the audio from that bit. It sounds really cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see. Oh, miniature right bounce. Nah. All right. Nike High Crow. Does this kit pass inspection? Yeah. I mean, OSHA doesn't really cover model kits. OSHA's for the big ones. But yeah, definitely passes all inspections. Will we get one outside Japan? I know. I think it's not. Is it Bai or I know there's a Gundam that's going to be in another country. Dubai. Dubai's should be getting a RX-78, I think. And I think there's plans for one in the States. Like, it's just kind of like project, and that's it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of debate on like what should be the American Gundam. I know some people like since China got the freedom, would the States get something from Wing?
That'd be the best.
Kind of king in the US.
They would be stupid to not do Wing.
Yeah, I think it would go if they did like the original Wing Gundam, they could do entry grade for that. The same way they did this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that'd be amazing too.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like one of the Wing Zeros would be really cool, because the Wing Zero custom is honestly like really iconic, both just not just around the world, but like in the States as well, because Endless Waltz was like sort of the amazing pinnacle of Gundam anime that you could see in the States in like the early days. And also the wings are really big, so you could just anchor them to the floor really easily. You wouldn't have to make a new backpack that you could support, like they did with the new.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I would just like to see it, like how they would actually go about that, because can they really improve it on the high grade that exists already? I think the high grade is already a phenomenal kit, so it'd be interesting.
Is that for the wing? Sorry, is that for the wing or the Wing Zero? Because the Wing Zero custom doesn't have a modern kit.
Yeah,
that's one of the other reasons I was thinking.
Yeah, the wing. I was assuming the wing would probably be the statue, not the Wing Zero, because I think those wings would be maybe a little bit problematic, just how large they are. But an actual just regular wing, it would work the same way as the Freedom. They'll just probably have some stands underneath the two wings in the back.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the real grade even has got like slightly longer proportions, hasn't it? So
Yeah.
you know, if it kind of went with that, it'd be easy to balance them. Just a little support underneath.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna debrief. But thank you so much for coming out and chatting with me during the stream. It's always great to have someone to talk to and have a good conversation with. So thank you very much for coming out and chatting with me.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and all right, so all the interns, just go ahead and stand by. We're gonna go ahead and check and see the progress on the new, and yeah, we'll get everyone out here, and the next people can roll in. There we go. Alright, so John was able to fix the original statue, got his proportions back, but I got the report. I mean, it looks like everything from the report looks good. Safety, it's all up to code now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to transport this back to Fukuoka over at Lala Port, and hopefully this was only a minor inconvenience to a lot of people that was coming out here to see the statue. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's beautiful. It's back to its original state, and yeah, be out there for everyone to go ahead and view. So thank you to everyone that came in as an intern, and hopefully you learned a little bit. You learned a lot about the chaos that occurs over here in the hangar. It's trials. That's what we do. We go in there. We experience a little bit of troubleshooting, but we get things right. As safety managers, that's our job. We just make sure things get right. Ain't that right, John? God damn it. Alright. But thank you all for coming. I do appreciate all of you, and I hope y'all took something.